Guys, welcome back. My name is Sarah and I make videos about movies, and today I want to talk about The Hunger. I had no idea this movie existed. I don't know what I was searching on. I can't remember the search engine or the words I typed in to find this movie, but I was floored. The Hunger is, first of all, it's got David Bowie and Susan Sarandon in it. Did y'all know? Anyway, so The Hunger is about two vampires living in modern day big city, just being stylish and vampires in the world until one of them becomes ill and the other one takes an interest in the scientist, played by Susan Sarandon, who is sort of studying side effects that are similar to what the vampiress's partner, played by David Bowie, is experiencing. And when I tell you they are doing the vampire thing the way that one would expect people to be doing the vampire thing, which is living a lavish lifestyle and spending their time doing whatever. So there's not a lot of character development. I'm just going to put that right off the bat. There's a lot of beautiful gowns, beautiful outfits, amazingly designed rooms in this apartment, these erotically charged scenes with the Susan Sarandon, who has an amazing haircut, but not a lot of character development, and the story kind of meanders a bit. It's really just a snapshot of this particular time when things are changing for John and Miriam. So Sarah comes into focus and John is sort of like fading away. We are not sure why. We are not sure what he is feeling emotionally because neither him or Miriam really say how they feel. They're clearly very devoted to each other. They spend a lot of time together, but how they feel about their lives and each other and what is happening is kept very vague and like mysterious. We're not gonna find out who bit Miriam. We're not gonna find out if she's born a vampire. We're just witnessing their relationship as John becomes more and more ill and Miriam sort of pulling away from him during this time and becoming more interested in Sarah. Now, first, we're not quite sure if she's interested in her or if she's interested in the science. And I don't know, vampires in this movie seem very practical, so she's like, I'll get a twofer in this case. You see these incredible, club scenes, which... Has anybody else wondered why the club is not as cool in real life as it was in movies from, the 80s and the 90s? They always have a live band, people dressed in cool clothes, futuristic cool clothes. The club is not like that. That's another side tangent, but I would like to know your thoughts about that. Has anybody else noticed that? Anyway, the story moves kind of slowly forward as we're trying to learn about these characters through, how they spend their time, through non-verbal things, because they don't talk about their feelings or anything. So there are some flashbacks to them, I'm gonna say in a Renaissance era, because she's wearing a huge powdered wig kind of thing, and he's playing an instrument, and I guess he was a musician back in the day. He gives music lessons. I was like, okay, so that's a way that this interest has stayed with this person throughout all of this time, and then ends up murdering the pupil. Things start escalating quickly. Although things seem to be moving forward in a kind of sleepy, sedate way, they escalate. Sarah gets the vamp, and her moods are changing, her appetites are changing, she wants to know what is going on. John is losing his whole mind because he has no idea what's happening to him. And then as the movie moves on and Sarah like gets into the house and is like exploring, trying to find answers, and it's like we as the audience, we want answers. What is happening? We find out that she got an attic full of ex-partners, lovers, whatevers, in the attic. They're nailed into coffins up there. They're alive. Just sitting up there, I guess, until she finds a cure. I don't know if that's like her main thing, other than her just like enjoying her very long life, because I feel like they have money and resources and could have like fast-tracked this kind of cure thing, but maybe thinking too much about it because it's like 1983 is when this came out. So Miriam appears very knowledgeable as far as the research that has been done, but you got an attic full of people. And John ended up there too. So there's this, confrontation between Sarah and Miriam, and then that's where you find out they're alive, dead, and they manage to get out and attack Miriam, and Miriam ends up dead. And then in the end scene, you see Sarah, I think it appears that she's like giving a piano lesson in this apartment, this like lavish apartment, and the movie ends there. I would give this, based on the story and characters alone, I would give it a 2 out of 5. But style-wise, I love Miriam is totally unapologetic. She knew exactly what was happening to John. And maybe he knew, maybe he didn't. We don't know exactly because they don't really speak about things enough to know, how do you feel about this? Like, this is what's going to happen. And Miriam got secrets. You know that. Just from seeing her interact with people and the way she talks to people. Miriam got lots of secrets. And apparently she's going to take them secrets to her grave. So would I say this is scary? No. It's violent. It's stylish. There are a few things that might surprise you here and there. Not really spooky, not really hoo-ha-ha scary. I would recommend it 100%, especially if you're into like vampire horror kind of stuff that's not like action horror or comedy horror, and something that's a bit more slower paced. It has a lot of details that I haven't seen in other like vampire movies. Is there a significance to the ritual of how Miriam and John feed, how they hunt? Because they both like start to feed simultaneously. What is that little dagger thing? Please let me know what you guys think, if you guys watched it, if you haven't seen it yet. And thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.